What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global here, back with another video. So I am here right now writing a script for a video about Sony Michel, which will now officially be coming out a little bit later today now that I am making this video. But as I am writing this, my brother sends me a link from the NFL, which again, I don't know how he beat me to the news. Pretty crazy somehow that my little brother's beating me to this news. But the Patriots have officially signed wide receiver Eric Decker. You can now officially hang up your hats, you can throw them in the air, you can do whatever you want because Eric Decker is now officially a New England Patriot. Now, they signed him to a one-year deal. What it's worth, I'm not totally sure. It obviously will not be very high as, you know, he really does not have much of a market. So there's not much to fight for him for. But once we figure out what the Pats signed him to, I will make sure to leave it pinned in the comments below. But yeah, this has been a guy that we have been talking about. This is actually my third video now about Eric Decker on my channel. The first video was basically how he wants to play for the Patriots, and then I made a video yesterday, I think it was, about the Pats bringing him in for a workout on Monday, and now today I am making a video on the Patriots officially signing him. Now, if you didn't check out that video, the main reason that the Patriots signed him was because of Jordan Matthews. Matthews suffered a pretty bad hamstring injury that was supposed to be not bad, but ended up being a lot worse. The Patriots ended up cutting him, and now they have signed someone to fill his place. When it comes to height, they both are actually the same height. They are both 6'3", both Eric Decker and Jordan Matthews, so height-wise there isn't anything new. Now, if we're looking at weight, Jordan Matthews is 205 pounds, while Eric Decker is 218 pounds. So, obviously, Eric Decker has a bigger frame. He's a bigger guy. Nothing too major, but obviously, is a bigger guy. I mean, that's over 10 pounds more, so it would be nice to have a guy who could take some hits, as Eric Decker does not. He's really not injury prone. I mean, he had one injury that I can recall that was pretty season ending, but that was a while ago if I recall correctly. So I wouldn't be concerned when it comes to injuries, as we should be concerned with injuries when it came to Jordan Matthews. Now, if we're going to look at age-wise and compare Jordan Matthews and Eric Decker is 31 years old, while Jordan Matthews is 26. So I think Matthews in some ways beats him there, as he is in his prime years, was more fresh, and Decker is, you know, getting a lot older and is not in his prime years like he was before. But I know for a fact that he can still play. Now, I think another reason that the Patriots brought him in is because he already somewhat knows the New England Patriots system. If you don't know already, because I've talked about this I think in my other two videos I made about Eric Decker, Josh McDaniels actually used to be his head coach back when McDaniels was the head coach for the Broncos. Decker had played for the Broncos, the Jets, and then most recently the Titans, and then, you know, now the Pats. So he will be seeing a familiar face and just already knows what to expect. Yes, it has been a little while, things have changed, he does need to learn the playbook, so he isn't just going to come in here knowing exactly what to do, but he has a way better chance than any other receiver could. Now, a lot of people have looked at Eric Decker and kind of have been like, well, he isn't really anything. Well, something that I kind of stressed about to someone in the comments when they said something about Eric Decker sucking, I mentioned keep in mind who was throwing him the ball. Yeah, Marcus Mariota is not a terrible quarterback. I like Marcus Mariota a lot, but he is a quarterback that relies a lot on his feet. He has a good arm, but it's nothing spectacular like you would get with the Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers type player. Now that he's getting the ball thrown by the GOAT and is coming into an organization with the best coaching in the NFL, he can very, very much progress. Another thing that he adds, which is, I'm sure, a big reason that Bill Belichick pretty much brought the guy in, was he's a veteran. He has been very, very consistent in the NFL. He has played every season. I mean, he played last season, season before that. Like, he has been in the NFL. He hasn't taken a break. Just nothing like that. He hasn't, like I said, had a recent injury that ended his entire season. Like, he can keep up with the NFL and knows what the NFL is today. It is very, very good to have a guy who is knowledgeable about football and knows other teams' defenses. This definitely adds depth to wide receiver. And guys, we were saying that this is the most stacked, gonna be very competitive position for the Pats, and while it still is, it definitely has dropped. I mean, you have Kenny Britt, Malcolm Mitchell. You just have a lot of guys who are already having issues with injuries. And then you have players like Braxton Berrios who are not necessarily doing as good as people expected. So he adds extremely good depth. Like always, guys, more news is going to come out about Decker and the Pats and more information about this stuff as time goes on. I really don't want to be the kind of person, though, that waits to make these videos. Like, I don't want to wait a couple days just to get a bunch of different information. I mean, unless it's what you guys want me to do, but I kind of figured that you guys would like to know about the news as soon as it happens. Any bearing information that is, like I said, important to the details, I will, without a doubt, pin in the comments below when we figure it out. Last season, when he was playing with the Titans, he racked up 54 receptions for 563 yards. Another thing that we can look forward to this guy is that he can play anywhere on the field. He can play the outside, and he can actually play the inside. He's a very big guy, and he can play in the slot, which is very, very, very key. The Pats can do a lot with him with this guy's versatility. But that's it for today's video, guys. There's no more questioning Eric Decker because it is official. He's a New England Patriot for the next year. Maybe more if he can prove to be someone really good that the Pats could use more. But only time will tell with that kind of thing. What are your guys' thoughts on Eric Decker? I know a lot of people wanted the Pats to sign Dez Bryant, and I'm sorry, but that is just very, very, very unrealistic, and I think Eric Decker will be better for the Pats than Dez Bryant could be, especially this late into the process. But let me know your thoughts on this whole situation in the comments below. Like always, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps me out so much. Make sure you guys share this with your friends so they can be updated about everything and so we can grow the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in another video.